Up here today. It's me, King Viper, bringing you another quick and short video, hopefully, of race number 4 for the Indycar Series 2005. Now, last race, as you saw, it was a DNF at Motegi. Now, that was for one reason. That was because we got a very bad start, and I had to do it twice. And also it was a bad exit out of pit lane. Now this next race, as you can see, Dixon's moved up in front. He's in front by 10 points and he has 1 win, so I have 1 win and 1 pole, and best start and best finish first. So Dixon's equal with me with 3 starts. So we're going to go here into Indianapolis, and here's the introduction. Hopefully this will be a good race.
Of the series brings us here to the Indianapolis Motor Speedway, known worldwide as the Brickyard, due to its unique construction. When back in the fall of 1909, Carl G. Fisher repaved the circuit with 3.2 million bricks. A yard of bricks at the start-finish line is the only exposed part of the original surface left of the historic 2.5-mile track. Of course, the track is most famous for being home to the legendary Indianapolis 500. Run since 1911, the Indy 500 is the biggest motor race in the world, drawing a race day crowd of over 400,000 people and a worldwide TV audience of millions. The Indy 500 is the centerpiece of the series, and victory here is the crowning achievement of any racing career. Largely unchanged since its construction, the Indianapolis Motor Speedway has 4 turns, each banked at 9 degrees and measuring exactly 440 yards from entrance to exit, linked together by a pair of long straights and 2 short straights to form a rectangular shaped 2.5-mile track that fits the boundaries of the original plot of land almost exactly. The uniqueness of the track is matched by its qualification procedure, which is designed to filter out the large number of entrants down to a field of 33 drivers. This is the only race in the season where a poor qualifying time could lead to you being bumped off the starting grid. Cars here are set up with the low downforce speedway wing configuration. With practice, it's possible to take the circuit flat out. But don't forget, though, this is a tough race, and victory does not go to the driver who leads the field at the first corner, but to the one who most effectively combines stamina, skill, and strategy. Pace yourself, take it easy, and soak up all the atmosphere and drama of the greatest spectacle in racing.
Right, so that was the introduction here for the first video. Now, yeah, so we're going to do the 87th Indianapolis 500. Now, I'll just show you here exactly what I mean for this car setup. Now, this car setup here is very directional here, how I have it set. Now, I'll show you here for the race car setup. Now, for everyone here that's watching this, right, this is a must-watch video. If you see this on my channel, just click on Indianapolis, because this is the most important part. And now you look at the tire pressure here, right? Now this is what I run my tire pressure on, right? Now I run my tire pressure on 35, 39, 41, and 43. Now the reason why I run tire pressure so high on this track is because you've got to have your tires bumped up, and 2, it just gives you more rolling resistance on the track. Now my springs here are 60, 60, and 75 and 75. To the fact with that is that the condition of the track with the low downforce setting, it makes it very sophisticated, but at the same time it also does make it pretty good in terms of handling wise. So we're going to get pretty good handling. Dampers is 53% all the way around for each of them, and ride height is at 55 and at 60 and 60. Now the gearing, now this is the most important part of your race. Now here we have it at 81, 142 and 189. Now the reason why the gear is set to 142 for gear 2 is that I have it so that it is specific for the caution period, so that you get a longer ratio out of that, so you can keep up with them when you have the mix set to 0. And 6th gear I put it out, the 250 maxed it out to the fact that it's really good there. Now camber here is what you would expect, 0.3, 0.6 and yeah, and whatnot. Now toe in is 0.2, minus 0.2. Now the wings, now what people will usually do is this will come usually with something like 8 and 3 or 8 and 2, something like that. You want to run your wings at minus 4 and 0. Now the reason why I say this is because if you can handle it flat out, you know, it depends. It all comes down to the wing configuration for this. If you run your wings at 0 and 4, you'll get so much straight line speed that you'll be able to just keep up with anyone in them long straights. Now this is the most valuable part. For anyone here that gets under 229 miles an hour, your problems are all solved. Now you look carefully at this. This is what I run with for each car setup. Now if you're looking carefully here, that's what I run with for tire pressure. Now as we go on the springs, I'm not going to go through it all, just observe it carefully. That's what I run with, and this is how I have managed to have sustained success here for this car setup. Now the dampers here are set lower than what they are at racing, to the fact that they have to adjust to the very low ride height setting. So there they are, 40 and 35 and 60 and 45. Now they're very low at the front because you've got to have the front nice and loose there for them to run with. Now the ride height here is at 32 and 37. Now when we do qualification, you're going to see a lot of sparks on the under tray. Now what that will do is that will make it very nervous, but it pays off. I mean, I've run it here and you just stick to the track at 237 miles an hour through this corner. This is no joke. I run at least 244 miles an hour flat, and that's how I do it. So it's going to be very, very interesting for this. So, you know, so I'm going to be pretty naive here. And the gearing here is very specific: 81, 135, 189, 218, 245, and I got 6 maxed out to 250. Now that is a long ratio gearbox there. You want to use this at all times whenever you do it. 5th gear will give you the most momentum. 6th gear you don't want to shift up into it. You want to have it on manual transmission, and you want to hold it all the way. It doesn't matter if you over rev it or not, just hold it all the way. Like if you hold it all the way, you'll get the best out of it. Camber, same setup for racing, 0.3 minus 0.6. Now toe in here is important. Now this is what I was talking about. Now you see this here, same setting, 0 minus 4. What you want to do is you want to adjust your front wing and put it down to minus 0.50. You'll get 240 miles an hour, and on top of that you'll get better cornering speed. So yeah, so I'll be back in time for qualifying. So I'll be back. Alright, welcome here people back to Indycar series. Now we're up to the qualification procedure here. We have up to let me count here. We have up to 45 entrants on this day. So this is going to be interesting. We have Schechter here. Most of them have passed and bumped their waves here. Now this is what I said, what's going to be the most important part here, the speed. Now I might wave this or I might not, depending on it, depending on the big hitters. I'm especially going to be looking out for people that's got big speed. Now I think I might just run this first one, and I think I might show you guys what I mean. Now you see there how I have my wings at 0.50 there? Right there, my wings at 0.50. Now that runs like that to the fact that because whenever you race here, you'll have your wings at 0. Well, I'll have my wing at 0 because that increases the downforce efficiency and it makes the car more stable, and during that time you get better top speed, and it'll be better for drafting. And yep, so hold on while I just adjust this here. And this is very, very good for it. So yeah, this is very, very good stuff for it. And yeah, so we'll get this started here and run with 10 laps of fuel. So you'll see what I mean. Alright, sorry about that, just had to rechange my transmission to manual, so you'll see what I mean here when you watch this. Have this adjusted up here for you so you can see that. Alright, now you watch at the bottom hand corner of your screen, you watch down there for that overall speed run that I get. You just watch at the bottom hand of your screen how fast this car goes. Now don't worry about the sparks, that is because the car there is very loose, but I can handle it. Now this is what I'm talking about here. You get so fast here. Now look at this, 240 miles an hour. Now all thanks to other people who posted forums on here. I'm not too sure who did, but they did help me out here a little bit here at this track. And yeah, so this is very, very good. This car set up. So I cracked about 243 miles an hour in there. Now, I said I was no joke there when I meant by you run 230 miles an hour through here. The car set up may be very unstable in the corners, but it ends up paying off a lot. I'll try and show you guys on board as much as what I mean. Alright, here we are on board. Now that is 236.36 for my first run. That's about as fast as you're going to get. Massive spin there. These videos are a little bit long. That's because my qualification run here for this one is slightly more longer than what it would usually be. Usually take me around about 3 minutes or something like that to finish it. So yeah, it's a 38, so that's about it's about 10 minutes or more just to get this done. Yeah, so we lapping a 232 there. That was a bad run there, but it's alright. So, you know, and this track here is very what you call fast, especially. It's faster than Michigan. In Michigan, I'll get at least maybe 240 on the straight. Not too sure. Yeah, the only other track I've ever known to get as high as this top speed light on the track has been Michigan. That track is just so wide open. It's practically a super speedway, practically. You can call that a super speedway if that's what you like. But, you know, the Honda engines on this game are what you expect. They're always up the front, always pushing, and they're always good. So, yeah, so as I try and get as much top speed here as I can. My first lap is always better than all my other ones, so let's see if I can improve on this. Coming in, and it's going to be a 38. So I got a 38.078. My quickest run was on my first lap.
That run puts you in third.
So I got third. So Gilda gets the pole, and DeFarron gets the pole of a total time of I'm not too sure. He got a total time here of 2:35.571. Now, Will Davidson there, you can see there on your right hand there to your screen. Now, some of the car liveries here I haven't unlocked. As to the fact that there's an achievement to win every single race here on this game, which the MasterCards I have collected have been all of them, and yeah, I have collected all the MasterCards, and I assure you I will try. So we got the Farron and Hornish and myself, and as we run through the grid here, this is the starting grid. So this video will go for definitely longer than 20 minutes, but I am looking to do this quite well. Yeah, so as I said, this is the big one. This is the big race that's important. You know, we get extra points here. And Mark Taylor with new personal best. Sarah Fisher, Vitamira 17th best position he got. Now there with McGee. I think he must be from the older game or this year that he was in, but yeah, but Scott Dixon and Kanan, a terrible run. Giovanni, all the top guys, especially Barron up the back there, and Robbie Buell, Renner, just terrible runs up the back, terrible. So as we're up the top here with Hornish and the Farron, so this will be an interesting start here. We go on 3 wide. The only time you ever start 3 wide in Indianapolis with 33, so here we go. So here we go, off for the start. We got Schechter right on us. We got Hornish there.
Green flag. Car outside, clear. Car on your right side, outside, you are clear.
So as we run inside, we got the Farron covering us good. You see Hornish there on the right side of my mirror. The Farron will give us a run for our money.
Inside, clear. Car on your left side, inside, still there, inside, still there. Inside, you are clear.
So the Farron's running on us.
Car outside, still there. Your rear right suspension and your electronics and your oil system has sustained damage. We can fix that damage. We need you to pit now. We have a yellow set next to 0 and take it easy. The pits are closed. Pit as soon as they open. Pit as soon as they open.
Now this is gonna be a caution period.
Out of the race. Castroneme is out of the race.
There's going to be a caution period here, as you see. The safety car pulls out. So that was my biggie mistake here. Now the thing that I said about this race here is going to be very, very sketchy now, because all this time here that will pay off. I'm just praying that in time that these guys will be able to fix my suspension and all the rest of it in time here, because I'm leading the pack. So I am leading, but I did get damage here from the Farron. So the Farron is out of the race practically. So as we ride on board here, I damaged my right rear suspension. Yeah, my right rear. And I damaged my cooling system and my electronics. So them have all been damaged.
Watch your speed in the pit. Keep it under 60.
Right, so here we are. I'll put my fuel mix up to 4, so I get extra room out of the pits here. So the pit should open by the time I'm finished. Looks like Greg Ray's in now. I'm not too sure if the Farron's out or not. I'm not too sure if the Farron's still in. Yeah, he's out. Now you'll see what I mean in time consuming. This race was meant to be really good. Now the only way we can ever get back into this is if we get under green and in the pits and on the right timing. Now good thing that suspension, that was the only one, because that saves us a significant amount of time. This will save us a lot of time, especially if we do not get fielded out from the rest of the grid. Now here's Philip Giovanni. We're out here at Giovanni here, so the rest of the field just warming up here, just flying by us. So here's Robbie Buell, Ed Carpenter.
And as soon as they open.
So we get out at 21st. We get out at 21st position. So I've rejoined back up with the field, and as I said, this will be a sprint to the finish. Now this is going to be very, very, very query here, because everyone here is going to pit in. Now I'm going to be a lap down behind, but this will be a benefit. Some are pitting, some aren't, see?
Flag this time by.
Some are pitting, some aren't. So some are in, some are out. So Giovanni, now people that were on the pit side,
To the pits on your next lap.
so them guys will be the front runners. Them guys are capitalised because they're in front, so they'll get the advantage out of the pits. Depending on if we capitalise on this restart here, we might be able to dodge a few positions here out of the way on Barron and Canaan here. So I need fuel for at least another 6 laps, for another 16 laps. So I'm going to put in fuel for about 16 to 17 laps.
Your front wing and your electronics